Imagine entering a world where religion was measured not by understanding but by ritual. Fires burned constantly, priests memorized sacred formulas, offerings filled temples, and people believed that if ceremonies were performed correctly they could gain purity, prosperity, better rebirth, or even liberation itself. Then one man appeared and quietly questioned everything. Not with rebellion, not with anger, but with a simple question: if rituals truly free people from suffering, why are those performing them still suffering? The Buddha did not reject meaning, discipline, or tradition. What he rejected was the belief that external actions alone could transform the human mind. In his understanding, suffering does not begin outside of us, so it cannot be permanently solved from the outside. Before becoming the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama lived in a world shaped by ritual life. Religious ceremonies structured society, and spiritual authority belonged to those who knew sacred procedures. For many people, spiritual progress became transactional: perform this action, repeat this formula, receive this result. But during his search for truth, Siddhartha observed something impossible to ignore. Suffering existed everywhere. Wealth did not remove it. Religion did not remove it. Status did not remove it. Even those deeply devoted to rituals still feared aging, loss, uncertainty, and death. After years of searching, meditation, and extreme practices, Siddhartha awakened beneath the Bodhi tree and realized something revolutionary: liberation cannot be given by another person. No ceremony removes greed. No offering dissolves hatred. No sacred words automatically produce wisdom. Only direct understanding transforms suffering. This became one of the most radical shifts in spiritual history. The Buddha began asking different questions. Instead of "what should I perform?" he asked, "what am I attached to?" Instead of "how do I appear pure?" he asked, "what actually creates suffering?" Instead of searching for favor from external forces, he turned attention toward the mind itself. The Buddha often illustrated this with a simple image. Imagine a dirty cup. You polish the outside every day until it shines, but inside it remains contaminated. Ritual without inner change works the same way. Someone may appear deeply spiritual, speak sacred language, wear symbols, follow every tradition, and still remain trapped in anger, jealousy, fear, craving, and ego. According to Buddhism, the appearance of spirituality means little if suffering continues unchanged. The Buddha was not interested in appearances. He was interested in causes. If suffering has causes, remove the causes rather than decorate the symptoms. This does not mean Buddhism rejects all rituals. Many people misunderstand this point. Buddhist traditions contain ceremonies, chanting, offerings, bowing, festivals, and meditation practices. But the difference lies in their purpose. Rituals are not the destination, they are tools. Lighting incense mindfully may strengthen awareness. Bowing may cultivate humility. Chanting may stabilize attention. But believing these actions themselves create enlightenment becomes another form of attachment. Even meditation can become ritual if practiced mechanically. The Buddha warned repeatedly against mistaking the method for the result. One famous Buddhist teaching compares spiritual methods to a raft. Imagine crossing a dangerous river using a raft. Once you reach the other side, would you carry the raft forever on your back? Of course not. You leave it behind because its purpose has been fulfilled. In the same way, teachings, practices, rituals, and methods exist to help awaken understanding, not to become objects of worship themselves. There was also another reason the Buddha challenged ritual dependence. Ritual often creates the illusion of control. Human beings naturally want certainty. We want to believe that if we perform correctly, life will reward us and protect us from suffering. If I repeat enough prayers, maybe nothing painful will happen. If I follow enough rules, maybe I can avoid uncertainty. But reality does not negotiate. People still grow old. People still lose what they love. People still face death. The Buddha invited people into something more difficult but more liberating, not controlling reality, but understanding reality. his teaching focused on seeing things clearly: impermanence, craving, attachment, and fear. Freedom was not found by arranging external conditions perfectly. It was found by changing the relationship to experience itself. This insight remains surprisingly modern because rituals have not disappeared. Today many rituals simply look different. Endless productivity systems, constant checking of notifications, motivational content, self-help routines, collecting spiritual practices, endlessly optimizing life. Sometimes these become modern rituals. They promise transformation while leaving the inner experience untouched. The Buddha might ask us the same question today that he asked long ago: has suffering actually decreased? Has wisdom increased? Has attachment weakened? Because if not, perhaps the ritual has simply changed its clothing. The Buddha's message was never anti-tradition. It was anti-illusion. He did not teach that forms are meaningless. He taught that forms become dangerous when mistaken for freedom itself. Spiritual life is not about looking awakened, it is about awakening. Not repeating truth but seeing it directly. Not performing purity but understanding the causes of suffering. That is why the Buddha placed such importance on observation. Observe your thoughts. Observe your reactions. Observe craving. Observe fear. Observe attachment. Look carefully enough and suffering begins revealing its own structure. No priest can do this for you. No ritual can do this for you. No one can awaken in your place, and perhaps that is why the Buddha's teaching still feels radical today. He removed the distance between ordinary people and truth. Liberation did not belong to priests, institutions, or perfect performers. It belonged to anyone willing to look deeply into their own experience. That path is harder than ritual, but according to the Buddha, it is the only path that truly leads beyond suffering.